EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, where the spirit of the late Sam Mills lives on with the pounding of the drum as we're ready for football at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers on Sunday Night Primetime. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson ready to get the preseason started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this very game. And for a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, to that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time, running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career out of playing in the NFL.
With the man out of Purdue, that's Tyrone Tracy. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. The 16-yard line. Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here an early 3rd and long. To the right side here. Pass is caught. He's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Judging by our conversations with the coaches, Mike, I think it's a pretty safe bet. We won't be seeing a lot of this guy. I think what they're trying to do is just get him under center, knock off some of the rust of the offseason, and get him a couple live reps before he starts in week 1. At the end of the day, you just can't replicate this style of live action in practice. So whether you're an established veteran like him or a young quarterback, these reps in the preseason are invaluable.
3rd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Going up top and looking for Flowers. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Panthers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. And, Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
So we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases, they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
They're trying to pick this up with a pop pass. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. Here's Austin McNamara now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Trevin Wallace getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. Here's their punter now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. What will the second quarter have in store? And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Panthers football to begin this second quarter as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
They'll run with Dowdle, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
They'll look to throw. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
It's 3rd and 16.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. That'll be caught. It's Rico Dowdle. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Austin McNamara now as he is on to punt for Carolina. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. And so far, 2 drives. 2 punts, no first downs. Not a winning formula as they start drive number 3. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Drive will start on the ground. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Now an option here, left side. He will not be able to get to the end. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
A loss of 2 yards.
Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over once more. Try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this complete. It's Jimmy Horn Jr. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. He'll drop to throw. Moving outside the pocket, he runs with it.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield, take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
That'll be batted away, incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Out to his right, he'll get rid of it and complete it. And he is out of bounds. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
And the Panthers 1st down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction.
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their
46-yard line.
They'll motion a tight end right. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the 2nd half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Well, nothing on the scoreboard in the first 2 quarters. Who can make the breakthrough? We are back underway, quarter number 3. Scoreless game.
Free kick out of
And
bounds.
this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. To the air now on 1st and 10. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
On the deep ball.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Now a run on first down. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack. And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He was brought down by
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Moving to his right. He'll try to run for it. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now Dowdle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now this time they'll look to throw. On the run to the right. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So I actually think this is one of those where he was a little bit too unselfish. He's trying to fit that ball in a tight window and maintain his ability as a passer. I think if he turns himself into a runner and activates his legs, he probably picks up that 1st down if he calls his own number. Actually, a really nice play there defensively, Mike. And initially, I thought that penetration was going to bring him down in the backfield and bring up 4th down, but somehow, nice job by the back, angling his way forward. I think he's going to get this 1st down by about the length of the football. And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it, Mike. I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
They've converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
And while he didn't connect for the touchdown, what I really liked, Mike, was that he kept his eyes downfield as he left the pocket. And once he saw something that he did like, he ripped it without hesitation. They just got to find a way to get on the same page in these scramble drill moments. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have for a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. EA Sports back for more. The NFL preseason after this. Going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Quick hitting slant there. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short, and now it's 4th down. He's going to try to get this himself, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
4th down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Here's a 3rd down and 4. One to his right, and they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now he'll work his way out right. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is.
Previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be.
After review of the play,
So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the 1st of their 3 timeouts for the half. They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
In trouble, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Ravens sending the punt team out there. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
Let's go.
Now on, no chance at all. He'll go down. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw, and he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. This crowd urging the defense on. It is 3rd and 8. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11.
Hiking 18. Check out.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers as they start things out with a victory here in the 1st week of this preseason. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Uptown Charlotte.